A lot of people want to achieve incredible things in a short period of time, and some weeks later, more so days to be honest, all motivation, thrill, and desire has gone, and the same people are stuck with an empty feeling inside, knowing it's probably one of those set goals they won't achieve anymore. The best example being the New Year's gym motivation. In today's video, we're going to uncover why that is actually the case. In order to actually achieve something and get it done, one has to understand the reason, the true desire and end goal behind certain motivation. In short, what is it you want to see happen? And very importantly, why? For many people, it is simply superficial nonsense in order to gain validation from the outside world. For example, they want to have a great body and able to smash. They want to have money to impress the mob. They want to have quick fame in order to finally be seen, because all the time prior, no one took notice of them. They try to fill a void inside themselves by means of the outside world, which by definition is never able to be accomplished. And there is no real meaning of deep substance. It doesn't come from within. Those goals that the people have, the superficial bullshit, is nothing that keeps them motivated all the time, because motivation by itself, by definition, is just to be seen like a booster. It can quickly be summoned in order to speed up the progress to finally achieve the goal, but at the same time it can quickly vanish as well. When it comes to the body, for example, a lot of men think that just by having some muscle, dressing themselves in a certain way, having money, that these three categories will actually overlook and solve all their other problems, especially insecurity problems. When it comes, for example, to women, because a lot of men out there are unable to talk to women, and they are not valid in their true self, thinking that just by having money, gaining materialistic wealth, that is all that they need in order to gain sympathy from the other gender. And that is not the case, because those men, actually you cannot call them men, they hate people like myself, who are very confident in themselves, who know how to articulate themselves and present themselves in a very confident way to the world. And I could sing a song about that, especially when I look back to my own past, teenage times, from the ages of 15 to 19, how suddenly being one of the most liked people from my school to being one of the most hated, simply because I got a lot of attention from the ladies and the professors, simply by being true to myself, knowing who I am. In the beginning stages, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't understand why suddenly people were hating on me, how people were gossiping about me behind my back even, and tried to manipulate other people who didn't even know about me to not speak to me, simply because they wanted attention from those girls back then, but the ladies paid attention to me, even though I didn't show any signs of interest. And when it comes to puberty, when the hormones kick in, suddenly girls like guys and vice versa. The ones who were all the time behind you and you thought they are supporting you suddenly are against you. And some of them actually already back then had more opportunities or more money than myself. Also other people that are outside of that school who were simply older, and just by being older, having lived a longer life. So more experience, you would think, more money, you would think, and still envied me greatly. Simply because they themselves compared themselves to me and to all the other guys who were also different. There are many men out there who are very confident in themselves, who know how to talk, who know how to present themselves, who know how to seek opportunities once they present themselves to them, while the rest can't and won't, and therefore see a great lack of qualities just by watching, for example, me or someone else who is very secure in themselves. And they hate that because they see the qualities they also, if they went the path of discovering oneself, could have, but do not have and will never have, because it is a great pain inside. You have to understand, I've mentioned it quite a few times actually already in my videos. A lot of people are broken down by society over time, especially during the teenage times, when people don't know who they are and they don't know where they want to go in life. And those who know already at a young age and know how to articulate themselves, know how to talk, basically, they know how to present themselves, especially when it comes to getting a mark, presentation time. Who in the fuck is walking through those presentation times like a professor? I did. I was the only one. I was the only one who told the class, here on the side there is a presentation, PowerPoint, additional information that you can look to while I'm having a discussion. And when I'm done, I got applauded by a few. I got told by some teachers that presentation, the way I did it, was the best thing they had seen in 3 decades. Not just one professor, it was quite a few. And you get also attention then from the ladies. You naturally, even though you're not interested in having discussions with women actively, you attract them because they subconsciously realize that you are different. Something is different about you, so you have certain qualities inside of you that greatly show a difference between you, so myself, and these other guys. Because back then, already at the age of 15, 16, 17, blah, 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 I had different goals. I'm someone who is interested in seeking the truth. I'm staying true to myself. And when you watch my videos, you greatly will easily understand that, because I talk about things that actually, when you think about it, when it comes to the modern world, would greatly disqualify me from having certain discussions, cooperations with companies, for example, because I talk about things that greatly are against certain narratives that the world is presenting to the masses. I talk about certain things that other people might say this is childish to even think about, even though it's true. The main thing being, I am confident in myself. I have certain goals that I want to achieve in life that are very, very different from most of the people. And yet I have the qualities and the money that the people want to chase and never will get. I don't chase money, I attract money. I don't chase women, I attract women without even doing anything, effortlessly. Basically, I'm getting paid to just exist. And there are also other men and women who think like that as well, because they have discovered many, many answers deep inside. Simply by seeking oneself, isolating yourself, for example, on the weekends, not going out with your friends every goddamn weekend to get drunk, to occupy your mind with certain things, because, I don't know, certain people, for example, wanna all the time run away from their problems because they don't have goals in their life. And since they don't have goals in their life, they need to occupy their time in order to flee from the problems, because when the mind is still, there's time to think, especially about oneself. And that is for many people painful to do and to understand, that they have wasted a lot of time, a lot of opportunities wasted, a lot of nonsense listened to loser quality friends that prevented them, for example, having certain opportunities. Could be job opportunities, could be social skill opportunities, could be, I don't know, about love, They don't like the one someone is interested in. Maybe they are jealous of the person, maybe they envy the other person, maybe they hate the other person because of certain qualities, of a certain look, for example. Back then, I got the looks, I got the skills, I got the brains, and I got the soul's wisdom. And a lot of people do not have that. A lot of people lack self-esteem, especially when it comes to authority figures. Who can say no to their boss? Who can say no to a police officer? Who can say no to a doctor? Who can say no to tyranny? For example, what happened in 2020? Not many people, because many people are broken down once again by society, by the standards of society, the norms of society. They are broken down by their parents, they are broken down by their friends. They cannot express themselves simply because if they dared to do, it would mean they want to achieve certain goals in life, right? And if they achieve certain goals in life, that means they exceed the expectations of their friends, of their circle that they are interacting with all the time. Because everyone wants something from life, right? But it shouldn't be in a way that someone skyrockets basically and leaves everyone behind. Because what kind of impression do they leave to those people? I tell you what, that they're simply losers. And that is a realization that people try to avoid. That's why they need distractions all the time. Not to think about oneself. Not to spend time with oneself. A lot of people hate themselves. A lot of people will never achieve their goals because they quickly lose motivation. It's not just motivation in itself. They don't understand, once again, the true reason behind their goals. They don't know what they want to see happen in life. They don't know the outcome and why. Why should it happen? So they see someone like myself because I make videos. So right now it is of course about me, right? I'm the one talking. And I have certain qualities. I have in a way a backpack on my back full of items that help me navigate through the labyrinth of life. I have integrity. I have honor. And I will also make a video about what actually is honor, because there's a lot of people who don't know, especially when it comes to families, who throw the word around honor. You are dishonoring the family. They don't even know what honor means. Character, strength, speaking your truth when it is actually needed, especially in times of great antagony. All these qualities, once again, that highlight, since I'm a man, highlight a high value man, means they contradict in some way, actually in most ways, the success to money. Yet because you are true to yourself, you don't need to value the opinion of other people because you do not care. Strong people do not care about the opinions of others, about monkeys who are undermining each other anyway. And once they see someone who, for example, dares to shine in darkness, it simply means they lack strength because they could have done the same. They could have walked the same path. They could have decided to read books. They could have also decided to do meditation. They could have decided to listen to successful people. They could have decided in their life at one point to ascend and learn certain habits that would greatly benefit their life, right? But they don't, because it takes time, effort, dedication, and discipline. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are undisciplined, lazy, lack courage, are stupid, and easily being manipulated because they want to fit in. They don't want to have uncomfortable situations happen because that would mean you have to stick for yourself. You have to stick to your guns. You have to present yourself and fight for yourself, which is an uncomfortable thing to these people because they have never been in the focus. Once you are speaking for yourself, that naturally means you are the focus of attention, while everyone else is blurry, gray, not interesting, insignificant. People from the standpoint of life are all equal. From the standpoint of choices, absolutely not. It is not where you are coming from that defines who you are. It is your choices in life that you have taken. If you are of courage, if you are of a winner, if you are a loser, if you are a coward, if you are a snake, if you are someone who sticks to their guns and actually defends the truth till the end. The truth of friendship, the truth of love, the truth of truth. Yeah. You need to have certain qualities that you are only able to obtain if you have certain goals in life. Your goals are in a way decisions you have taken at one point in life in order to define who you are. You want to achieve them, and you can only achieve those goals if you really know who you are. You can't have something done without knowing who you are. Best examples, for example, are right now the trading community and the crypto market stuff, especially with guys who show or highlight their content in a very hyperactive way, basically demonstrating how immature these guys are, quickly by, let's just say it, activating a cheat code, getting to the big sums of money, which would actually require certain qualities, certain attributes to justify to get that money. The cheat code elevates them there, but their integrity, their personality, their skill set, knowledge, how to interact, how to present themselves, their value is absolutely not matching that. And that's the way why they present themselves to the world they do. And that kind of energy that they are emitting will attract certain, for example, women, promiscuous women, who will then later on suck those guys dry in both ways. And sooner or later, unfortunately for them, but it seems like they have to make that experience, they are right now running into their own demise. For example, 6 years from now on, because some of them made 200,000 in crypto quickly, overnight. They just jumped on a certain train, money there. A lot of them not knowing, for example, how to invest the money, not knowing what to do with the money, not knowing to invest in themselves. Losing all that money later on, for example, to women who will get pregnant by them, who will marry them to only divorce them. And these guys blindly jump into that void because, once again, they had no real goals to begin with. They maybe wanted a lot of money, yes, superficial stuff, quick money in order to impress people. But it's not like that that these guys, for example, also ladies, want to have money in order to spend time with the family, in order to free the family from all the problems and worries. Nothing like that. They want to quickly move out, quickly want to jump into certain apartments, quickly want to make business with I don't know what. Not interested in reading books, not interested in finding out who they are. That's also one of the qualities you need to have. You need to know who you are. And I've been saying that in quite a lot of videos. And I'm going to continue to say that in many, many other videos as well. You need to know who you are. Otherwise, you will be insignificant and will never be able to achieve your goals. Never ever. It doesn't matter if you somehow still get the money. It will quickly vanish, leaving you behind with almost nothing but shame. And that is something you should actually avoid. You should focus on yourself. You should identify your strengths and you should work on them. Later on, once you got the validation from yourself, the external world, and certain experiences you have gathered over extended periods of time, only then you should focus on your weaknesses. If you are a very strong person, yeah, of incredible integrity and willpower, you can work on your weaknesses from the start, or simultaneously while you're on the path to success, focusing on your strengths. That is only for very strong-willed people, because most would lack motivation quickly. Once again, it's just a booster. Motivation can be summoned out of nowhere at 3 a.m. and quickly vanish 5 hours later. It's all about willpower and discipline, which means you need to know who you are. In order for you to continue and continue and continue against the suffering, against the hardships, against that people don't believe in you, against that you lose certain friends, your significant other, family members, whatever the case it is, you need to continue and continue and continue, because you need to prove to yourself who you are. Which again means you are confident in yourself. Therefore, you do not care how long it takes, because there is only something to be proved to yourself, not the external world. You don't have to prove anything to your parents. You don't have to prove anything to friends, to your significant other, to all the people that are, for example, at the workplace. Nothing like that. Simply because it is all about you. And simply because it is all about you, the impressions, opinions, and whatever people say absolutely have no meaning. They're insignificant, invalid. Yeah? Because life is about you. Focus on yourself. Happy people who have a happy life have no time to gossip and talk nonsense and occupy their own time with bullshit, with other people. You are only interested in attracting same like-minded, strong-willed people who have integrity, who would never even think about basically hurting you with a knife, stabbing you in the back. That's what weak-minded people do. People who are easily influenced by money, huge chunks of money, 20,000 and do this. Or certain jokes that people do, right? For 25 million, they would suck it. Oh, it's just a joke, right? No, it isn't. People who have no integrity, no strength, no character will do that. But suddenly, when it comes to that example, how about you change your body with that of a multi-millionaire, but that person is 80 years old? Suddenly people won't do it. Because suddenly people understand the importance of time, youth, and value, that you are able to gain experiences throughout the next decades. So suddenly all the money, 500 million for example, is worth nothing, or $1 trillion even, €1 trillion is worth nothing. But for 25 million they would suck it. I'm pretty sure you know that clip on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, where they make certain jokes about I would do it, blah blah blah. That's not men. Those are clowns who are presenting themselves to be men because they are dressed in a certain way, they have sunglasses, they have rings everywhere, they have supercars, blah blah blah, and they would do it because they have no character. That's why they would do it. Integrity and honor means nothing to those guys. And some of them even tell you, in business, you can't actually dare to speak the truth. You need to, in a way, lie to have certain contracts going for yourself. And those are the contracts you don't want to do with the people. Very dangerous to do these types of contracts, signing certain papers in order to get a certain outcome. For them, they can blackmail you later on. And you want to have, for example, the money gained in a good way, in an honorable way. Yeah, you can have a clear conscience, having, for example, 20 million. And not gaining that money in a quick way by occupying yourself with certain people who want to undermine you, break your will, for example, and then you get the money. That's not a man. That's not a woman. Man or woman are only man and woman when they are true to themselves, speaking the truth, and improving the lives of other people. Those are the main attributes, which in a way, in this modern world, contradict to getting to success. Yet still, the people who portray that over time get to success because they are the success. They get to the money because they are the money. They get the attention of women without doing anything. Yeah, they can go to a restaurant sitting alone, and a few ladies come over and want to have a talk with myself. I can order something from McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, and they ask you if you're single. You can go somewhere else to an opera, and they are watching you because you are, for example, going alone. You're celebrating yourself. You have certain goals in life that make you confident in yourself. So you walk and navigate through life once again differently because you have different items in your backpack. While those rich guys, for example, the superficial douchebags, they don't have a backpack. They have only their pockets full with a phone and some cash, and that's it. While I'll have a compass, I have water, I have food, I have certain items, a hammer, I have screws, I have a knife, I have a torch, I have a light. The list goes on. I have items acquired through myself, for myself, in order to navigate easily, effortlessly, joyfully through life. I have great joy in the things that I do. And that is, even though I'm sometimes harsh in my videos, I always encourage you to seek who you are. Because you have also incredible power in yourself once you realize that. That is, people who do not will never be free, will always be the same. 3-4 decades could pass. They're still the same. They're still the same poor bastard. Nothing, almost nothing has changed. Because they lack ambition, because they lack certain goals, because they lack everything. And they see in you, once again, it's always once again, the attributes that they lack. They see that in you, in me, how I walk through life, how I present myself, how I talk, how I'm able to still be myself while the rest is broken down by time and society. Because society has taught them to think small of themselves, to think that they are insignificant. People are only insignificant through their own choices that they have done through life. And later on, that you can also watch on the internet, YouTube for example, you can watch old people, 80, 90 years old, regretting, when having those interviews, regretting certain decisions not having taken in life. Events that happened 70 years ago, 7 decades. They are regretting them because they listened to certain people, because they were not brave enough to do something, because they weren't, once again, brave enough, for example, to leave the country. They weren't brave enough to learn another language. They weren't brave enough to say no to the boss in order to be able to negotiate a better contract. They weren't able to say no to certain authority figures, that, for example, could have saved someone else's life. It's easier for weak people to avoid uncomfortable situations, to only later in life regret it for their entire life. That is the great crux, It's a shame simply because they lack the qualities of saying no, they lack qualities of high value man, high value woman. And those choices, once again, define their entire lives. It's very important to stick to your guns. People do not know how to achieve those goals because they don't know who they are, they don't know how to get there, and they don't know how much power resides in them because, once again, they don't know who they are. This is the main thing. That is the main thing, I could say, almost for all of humanity. Why all the problems in the world reside. There are, of course, different factors that greatly contribute to that, which I won't mention here. I have done quite a few videos so far, and I'm also going to continue doing them. But for this video, it's not so much important. People, for example, want to have a great body, which is a good thing. But they only want to do it in today's time, for example, to gain money, to gain quick validation from the opposite sex in order to smash or be smashed. And mostly, for example, if they are not paid like YouTubers are, showing how to work out, how to portray themselves on the internet, blah, blah, blah. Without money, motivation basically for a lot of people is quickly gone because they lack all the other attributes. They don't know who they are, and they don't know why they want something to be happening in the world, in their life. The meaning behind their reasoning is lost. It's not even there. People who are lost don't even know that they are lost. And they showcase that in the way they talk, in the way they act, in the way they respond, in the lack of knowledge, in the lack of wisdom. What kind of friends they have, that they still are accompanied by, for example, douchebags. I don't know, whatever the case it is. They are ruled by drugs, they are ruled by external forces, simply because they never dare to look within. And therefore you don't see people running around saying great things like they want to have a great body now for the next 4 or 5 decades. They want to train completely differently. They want to break themselves, their own willpower, to get a stronger willpower. Which would be a complete different approach to life and working out, for example, in this case. Because if you already have in your mind that you want to look great for the next 4 or 5 decades, you will completely train differently. You will not be like trying to speed up the process of having a six-pack in the next 2 years. Because you know you will always have that six-pack later on. It's just a matter of time. You will always have that money. Maybe you have a feeling deep down that you will be a multimillionaire, like myself. You always have that feeling. Maybe you're already like a millionaire, right? And therefore, you don't chase the money. Because you know the money will come to you because of who you are. It's coming for you to you. You know that you will get a beautiful woman at one point because you are always the ladies' man without doing anything. And other people will hate you for that because they can't understand. To them, when it comes to men, for example, they are seemingly far superior in life than, for example, myself. There are people who have 25 million euro, $25 million. They already are married, they have cars, they have children, they have basically a great work, giving them a lot of money, right? You would think they are completely happy. No. Why do they envy me? Why do they hate me? Once again, certain qualities, certain aspects, they lack. How come he is still not married? How come he still doesn't have children? How come he is, I don't know, whatever? How come he got the money that they don't and will never have? How come he is not in debt like the rest is already because they have got the credit and bought themselves a house with their spouse. And for example, both hate on you. They seemingly have everything and still envy people like myself. It's not just myself, it's many other people outside who later on, for example, are then respected by a lot of people, not by their peers around them. In the beginning, the local factor that I've mentioned quite a few times in my videos, the local factor of having friends, which are not friends, that I've mentioned it also as well. The term friend has been greatly overused because friends will stick together regardless the distance, regardless the time that has passed. For many, though, it is different. They meet someone else, they get together with someone else, they depart, you will never hear from them ever again. Maybe when you're invited to be a participant in that marriage, or you hear suddenly, oh, they are divorced, they're coming back and writing you on Discord, whatever, let's play like in the old times. Why couldn't we do that already back then, when you had your girlfriend? Oh, yeah, blah, blah, I didn't have time, I couldn't do it, we were going here and there. Shut the fuck up. Lack of courage, lack of being able to say no. Therefore, no surprise, divorce. Because the woman realized over time that she could toy with this guy. And I hated that greatly already when I was 16, 17, 18, because I back then have given advice to guys at school. Because I wanted, I have 12, 16 people at my house back then when Halo 2 came out. Halo 2, Halo 3, 4 Xbox, 4 TVs, everyone is around. Great time. Now suddenly 2 or 3 start to say they can't come over anymore because they got a girlfriend. But you can still play with, come on, 16 people are here at my place. No, they're going to the mall and they're going to eat and then shop and whatever, and next day they're gonna have breakfast, scrambled eggs and stuff like that. Only to vanish over time because they lack the qualities of what it means to be a man, being able to say no, being able to stand to your guns, to stick to your guns, to stand on your point, to not abandon your friends that you hadn't been knowing basically for a decade or a couple of years, bros before hoes. There's a reason behind this saying. There's a reason why this is so true, and so many morons do not get it because they are in love. You can be in love and still play with your friends. How about the rule 70-30? 70% of time with the friends, 30% only with the girl. Because she has to prove herself to you. Not that you already abandon your friends. And only invite them to come over to the marriage. To only a few years later write, let's play back like in the old days. That's not how it works, gentlemen. And therefore, you need to be able to be confident. You need to be able to basically say no. You need to be able to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you move differently for life, for fuck's sake. And the chicks are going to see that. They see that you are different. You're still playing with your friends instead of basically spending time with her. What is going on? Is he not afraid to lose me? Is he not... Different approach to life. You have different items. You have a backpack of wisdom, knowledge that a lot of guys do not have. Therefore, they are so easily influenced by someone else or by society as a whole. It's incredible because they all the time seek external validation. They are not happy with themselves. They can't be happy with themselves because they have never asked themselves who the fuck they are. And that is the main problem. Because they want to have it quickly. They want to have quickly the money. They want to have quickly the validation from the opposite sex. They want to have quickly all those attributes of high value men. They want to be alpha and sigma and lone wolf. It sounds so amazing and whoa. You want to be alone for the next decade? You want to spend time with yourself? You want to train like a maniac? You want to read entire book sessions? Entire days just reading books, working out, doing meditation, saying no to birthday parties, saying no to friends, investing time to gain information, for example, how to get money the natural way, meaning you attract money, okay? You want to do that? You want to be able to say no to women. You want to speak directly to women. You want to approach women. Why don't you approach women? Why don't you train to be able to talk to a woman? Why don't you do that? Why don't you next Monday go out and your goal is to talk to 10 different girls? Do it. Why not? Are you afraid? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? And why do you, not just you, but why do these men, boys playing men, just like girls playing women, hate on the confident? Why does the mob hate on the confident people? Why does the mob hate on the rich people? Why does the mob think their time is precious? Why does the mob demand that videos are cut in a certain way? And they should be short. Because their time is precious. But if their time was so precious, why are they not successful? Why are they not successful if their time is so precious? There's something actually everyone would ask themselves, something is very wrong there. If time is so precious for these people, almost everyone should have a successful, happy life, inviting all the time positive stress, because that is about to challenge you for the better. Negative stress, that is you want to avoid. By all means. Very important, because that is the number one reason for illness to manifest itself. Cancer, for example, or any other organic problems, because of stress. You want to have positive stress. That is the one which will make you feel great in the end. After you have done whatever you have done, you will feel absolutely amazing after that. So why are people not successful if their time is so precious? Why are they not responding to messages on those messenger apps immediately? I mean, that's just a reply that requires, 20 seconds to write. Why does it take hours and sometimes days? Rich people immediately respond because they don't want to waste time. They don't want to let someone else wait, because letting them wait means hindering their progress. For example, they might have an important question, or when to do a business meeting, or when someone else is coming over to have that business meeting, or how to transfer the money from A to B in order to achieve C. And it's all those things that people do not consider because they don't know, once again, who they are. They don't value their time. Because if I don't know who I am, I have all the time in the world. Not understanding that when you age, and a lot of people age very badly, unfortunately, the energy shifts, the thinking shifts, the body shifts. And then later on people regret not having done certain things because they then realize that time is soon up. They will be exiting this plane of existence. Before, 6 decades before. Who the fuck thinks about it? Who the fuck cares? They got all the time in the world. Those are real friends they have, only wanting the best to them. If they want your best, why are certain people then left in a worse state than before? I've been attacking men all the time. How about the woman, for example? Girls talking out a woman out of their boyfriend, out of their married man, their husband. Why? Great envy, great hatred that this relationship is working so great. Maybe it's working so great and they're not even married. They don't even have children. It's working perfectly. But this other girl had to trap someone, through marriage, had to trap someone through a child. And for example, the marriage is still shit. Other people have something great going on. How is that possible? My mom already said it. My grandma already said it. Women, in fact, hate each other. This is just a masquerade. You look so beautiful and you have that going on. It's just so amazing. And your family and your dynamic of the relationship with your husband is so perfect. I wish I would have had the same. Yeah, you disgusting bitch. You have it. I do. And they do not have it, for example. Yeah. Men are direct. I don't like you. He doesn't like me. That's openly said already, and then even fought. Women are all about tobu wahubu, not telling the truth, going left, right, up, down, here, ba, boom, bam, boom. But they're so mature, so quickly mature. They have women attention. They think they're smarter, for example, than men. Okay, if they're so mature and smarter, because it seems like they had great goals in life, right? Why can't they deliver solutions to problems in relationships, for example? Why are they the ones exiting relationships, destroying relationships by design, creating drama where none is, creating nonsense and bullshittery in order to trigger a reaction out of their significant other? Why? If they are so mature, it seems like their goals in life haven't been matched. They don't even know what they want in life. And a lot of women that you can in today's time see, they lack emotional intelligence greatly. Because they are run by emotions. And that's when a lot of nonsense happens. That's why a lot of people kill each other, for example. Out of emotions, out of anger, out of jealousy, out of envy, hatred. Because they had an argument. If they would just depart for 2 days, all those bad things wouldn't happen. But one of the two, or when it comes to just girls around, yeah, just the girl circle, full of emotions, full of hatred later on. Incredible to watch. This is simply disgusting what they're capable of doing. And they're claiming that men are the problem because she's so unhappy. But for the man, for example, being unhappy for the entire decade in that relationship, who the fuck cares? Men, basically, in short, because they know of their qualities, sacrifice their own happiness, sacrifice their own, some cases, unfortunately, identity even, for the relationship to work, while women sacrifice the relationship and the guy. In many cases, that guy was her alpha and omega. the dream guy, and she was his dream girl. She's sacrificing that one guy she's been with 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I don't know, I don't care, in order to find happiness, in order to double her body count, in order to be smashed by a peasant, only to realize that was the best thing she ever had. Now it's gone and will never come back, simply because some women were listening to the stupid advice of the girls. Because we can say it in that way when it comes back to the goals, the motivation. The motivation of these ladies had been to destroy relationships, for example. That's a great thing when it comes to women, that they all the time, especially gossip about certain guys, that the other one, the best friend, for example, is with. Because they cannot stand it. Because it's so working. In many cases, the relationships are working until she allows certain input to influence her. That's the sad thing. Since goals, especially for women, are not coming from within, they are influenced by society greatly, especially now. You can clearly see that on the internet, social media especially, how immature, how stupid they are, their logic, and even other girls in the comment section writing it down, how stupid they are, how stupid these women are, letting other people influence great relationships, great opportunities for them, in order to later just crash in life. Because we have, luckily still, we still luckily have, let's just say it that way, good women. And you see that in the comment section. Women defending integrity, the female integrity, greatly. And that's a good thing. That stuff like that is still seen and actually is slowly, very slowly coming back. Might take a decade, might take two. Until, for example, for women, it's very different to behave in society once again. Because right now, this is more like an epidemic, what's going on. This is incredible. Very, very evil, promiscuous girls on the internet right now. And also guys, even though not in the same extent. There's on both sides morons and stupid imbeciles walking around. It's more women though, because they say they are more mature. Earlier, they aren't. They are the ones causing the problems. They are the ones, because they are run by emotions. They are not stable. They are not calm. They are shaken by their emotions. They are shaken by the outside influences, especially opinions, because they want to be seen in a certain light. See, in the beginning, I've been fighting and talking shit about most men. Now we are at the woman part. Because in order to ascend, in order to grow, in order to achieve your goals, you need to know who you are. You need to know why you want to see certain things happen. You need to understand the reason behind it. And you need to hold yourself accountable, which, for example, women cannot do. It's their kryptonite. You need to hold yourself accountable. Otherwise, you can't achieve your goals, because you will be more of a lazy type. Lack discipline. Well, I'm not gonna do that now. I can do it in 2 weeks. This is a little bit too difficult. To quickly sum it up, to quickly summarize it, you prove only to yourself who you are. By doing that, you achieve your goals in your time frame, being not influenced by anyone around you, because it's all about you. You just prove to yourself until the last day you are on this earth who you are. Therefore, there is no need to listen to opinions and stupid talk of morons who don't have their life together, who come home from their low-income jobs, very frustrated, need to gossip about other people, need to basically talk shit about their people, judge their life decisions. What is there to judge? These people are superior to those clowns. Because if they weren't, there wouldn't be any need to gossip. You don't gossip about insignificant morons. You only gossip about something from the point of those people that they have a problem with, because they see attributes and qualities in them that they lack. Because they themselves never had goals to begin with. They just let life move them, while those successful people live life. They are in the moment. They of course have certain things going in the back of their mind for the future, but they are mostly in the moment, because it's in the moment where life happens. It's only in the moment you can experience incredible bliss and joy. And not in the past or in the future. The body only knows the now. The mind, the soul, those two are able to go back in time and forth in time. The body doesn't understand the difference. That's why you can sit and reminisce about certain things in the past and suddenly feel sorry and feel emotions and feel certain things popping up in your body, even though it already passed a long time ago. That's why people, for example, are unable to solve their problems from childhood, their traumas and whatnot, because they don't know who they are. If they did, they would put great time and effort in to solve this nonsense, so other people wouldn't have to deal with the shit show they went through. Because it's a simple saying, hurt people hurt people. That's also a video I'm going to make very soon. This one is a little bit longer because it's a very important thing when it comes to goals, when it comes to qualities. You can't achieve goals without having certain qualities, without showing and highlighting value. It's impossible. It simply cannot be done. It cannot be acquired by money. A great looking body cannot be acquired by money, for example. At the same time, not being able to articulate yourself also cannot be acquired by money. Having strength and courage cannot be acquired by money. Where were those YouTube morons, those fitness influence YouTube morons in 2020? Did any one of them talk against this great bullshit? No, they were wearing a mask like the rest. So there you have it. In appearance, they look like a man. Muscular, styled in a certain way, having money, lacking every other attributes that actually define a man, that I've mentioned greatly in this video already. So, once again, always focus on yourself, just on yourself, for yourself. Don't listen to the opinions of other people. Listen to those that the life they have, you want to have too. That the attributes they have, you want to have too. The joy and happiness that they portray, and it's a real joy and happiness because, for example, they say certain things that contradict what grown-ups basically say. Because this is childish to still think about those certain things. No. Listen to those who are brave enough to go against the many, because the many in human history never had been right, never have accomplished anything, they just went along. This is also to understand the great things in human history had always been defined by the very few, not the many. The very few are the successful ones, not the many. The many, they want to be gray, not seen, because being seen means you are the focus. Just right now, I'm making a video, I'm the focus. This video and many others that I've made can be potentially seen by millions of people. I'm the focus, not them. Therefore, I need to expect at one point moronic morons appearing, writing their bullshit down because they have tremendously failed in life. Seeing, once again, the attributes, qualities that I possess, they do not have and never will, if they are still in the mindset of not wanting to improve their life. Improving one's life, difficult, requires discipline, requires to know your goal, not just to know your goal, to have a goal in the first place. So basically, you need to know you are not lost, because lost people don't know that they're lost, and move through life accordingly. Well, you, me, all the others who are also successful have a different outcome, a happy outcome, a wonderful outcome, because we are brave enough to stick to ourselves, to our true selves, highlighting it to the outside world. So me, myself, through the camera to the world. That's it. That easy. Have the courage to be yourself.